Hey y'all, it's Poseidon. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Reptile. So Reptile, I'll give you a little breakdown on how this character works essentially from a theoretical standpoint. Reptile is very much a neutral based character and relies a lot on the concept of strike throw. So it's essentially making your opponent scared that you're going to grab them by grabbing them a lot, that you are able to open them up with other buttons such as your mid, which is your forward 2, or your very good low, which is your back 3. So that's pretty much the main concept, is that you want to make your opponent scared that you're going to grab them, and you can get openings with that. So something that Reptile excels at, some of his pros, is that he's not very reliant on his meter. All his damage is basically all meterless, and you get good damage. A typical BNB, I'll show you right here, a back 3-1 combo starter, which is probably his best starter, you get about 37%, which is really good, no meter at all. And the trick there is to use the slow force ball, or the medium force ball, and then you do the fast force ball for the second one, or vice versa. As long as you do 2 different distance force balls, you will get the pop-up on both of them. So he has 3 different distances. He has the slow one, which only goes short unless you amp it. You have the middle-sized one, and you have the long-range one, which is slow, fast, medium. So you do the fast one, bam, bam, and then you do the medium one, and you get those by holding in on the slow one, just doing the regular down forward 3 input on the middle one, and doing down forward 3, holding forward to get the fast one. Pretty simple, not too complicated, and he gets pretty good damage. Another good combo starter is his forward 2. That's how you do forward 2-1 into this, and then you do forward 2-3, forward 2 force ball into the jump 2-3-3 teleport. So for you guys who don't know the button combinations, essentially if you're using PlayStation, that's what I play on. Square is 1, triangle is 2, X is 3, and circle is 4. Essentially, the leftmost button is 1, the topmost button is 2, the lowermost button is 3, and the right button is 4. You're allowed to, change those as you want. You can go to controls, and you can see it's like front punch, back punch, front kick, low back kick, and that's essentially front punch is 1, back punch is 2, front kick is 3, back kick is 4. Essentially, that's an easy way, a universal way to explain it. So if anyone's playing on PC, you're playing on Switch, you're playing on Xbox, you can also follow along, and it's like you don't have to go get a PlayStation controller and look it up. So that's essentially some ways to essentially get damage and open up your opponent. Back 3 is really good because it's long range. So another benefit of Reptile is he's not too reliant on his cameo, and that allows him to use a lot of various cameos to still play a very optimal version of Reptile. The 2 things that you want to use your cameo for as Reptile is you want to use it for safety, because that's one of the biggest things he lacks. He doesn't have much safety. A lot of his buttons are punishable in some way, such as his. So this move, back 3-1-3, is very punishable on block, but what you can do, it's actually minus 23, but what you can do is you do the elbow dash, which is his back forward 2 amplified, and it's actually minus 5 on block. The only problem with that, and let me set this up real quick, is, let me show you guys the frame data. Frame data on for both, and then I'm going to go to player 2 and set this up. So, whoops. So, what would I do there? Oh. So the problem with that is the fact that he is minus 10 if you follow spot this. So the main thing he has to keep him safe, if follow spot, is actually punishable. So what you can do as Reptile in that situation is let me re-record this again. You call in your cameo afterwards. So let's set that up again. So with Striker, that's why I like using Striker. Okay, I messed that up. So wham, 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 and then you call in Striker. Let me have the opponent block. So opponent stands block all. Okay, yeah. Sorry guys. Call that in. And then undo that. Okay. You go do that, and then they get hit by your striker, and then you can continue your combo. So that's a good reason I like to use striker, is because for one of his biggest things that you need your cameo for, he's able to cover, giving you safety on an ambush attack that allows you to keep most of your unsafe stuff safe. Can't talk. But yeah, so that is really good. Another option, and what your other thing you need your cameo for is you get invis set up. So that's the two things. You use your cameo for safety, and you use your cameo for invisibility with Reptile. Those are the two biggest things you're looking out for when picking a cameo for this character. So what you do get is, you get your bnb. What you can do instead of doing the normal ender is you do this, and then you throw out striker. And if you throw a force ball with it, since you'll get one hit from the cameo and one hit from the force ball, a lot of the time you'll break your opponent's armor to get up, which a lot of the time they're looking to do, because they see, oh, you went invisible, you're going to go invisible, and you're going to try to press a button, you're going to try to get in my face because you're invisible now, they're going to armor. And a lot of the time, so then you do that covers that, and now you're invisible and you have an Ogi situation. So then this is when the mix starts really happening, because I said that back 3 is really good. He does have an overhead move, which is his back 2. His back 2, unfortunately, it's pretty slow, 19 frame startup, and is -13 on block. However, you do have 3 different variations of this move. So you have this one, which is 19 frames and -13. You have the slightly charged one, which is 33 frames, and that is -7. So safer, but you don't really get much damage. You get 5% from this overhead, and you get 7% from that. But if you get the fully charged one, then bam, you get a launcher. And if you're in the corner, you're having a good old time with it. You know, you are getting big damage here. Bam, bam. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you get a big combo right there, about 40%. If you get it in the corner, even outside the corner, you still get about 31%. If you land this, the only problem with that is that it's a 46 frame startup, and the fact that it's an overhead means it can be up-blocked and punished. So you're not going to get that too often in a normal match. So something you can also do with your bag too is that you can cancel it at certain points into certain special moves, and summon cameo attacks. So you can do like charge back 2 and then slide. You have to hold the back 2 and then input the slide. You can also do summon cameos, so you could do like charge back 2 cameo, charge back 2 overhead, charge back 2, you know, any summon move, which means like it locks your character into an animation. You could do that. You can also do invisibility, which I would maybe like in certain situations, I think like you could do that and then call in your cameo. That could work out, but that's something else to look out for with that too. If you get your setup going and you get the invisibility pop. Oh wow, I messed that up. Okay, hold on. And bam, you end with the 4-3-2, down up for invis, and then you get the setup, you throw the striker, and you throw your force ball out, and now you're invisible. So now they can't see you doing that 46 frame startup. So now you get your combo going. And if you're mid-screen, you get that's a little juicy 31% about. And bam, 31%. Pretty decent damage. Not too great, but you know, for a mix and stuff like that. And then you can start getting the low starter, because now they're like, oh, they're invisible. They're gonna go with the overhead, and then you delay it a little bit, and then you hit them with that low, and you're having a party. You're having yourself a good time with Reptile. So yeah, those are some basic concepts. That's what you want to use your cameo for, is the safety and the invisibility. So some other things with Reptile that we want to talk about is he has some unique special moves, and this is something that can make him annoying. He has this run move, which if you're at full screen won't necessarily hit your opponent, but allows you to get in. So you can do something like this. You do like a slow force ball, and then you run at your opponent. Now you're in their face, and you have the slow ball to cover you, because you are quite minus in that situation. But you have your slow ball to cover you, so you can approach from full screen, basically. You can also use your striker if you're using striker, or whatever other cameo you use. This is why I use striker. Okay, you also have a slide, which is a low. It's pretty slow and stuff like that, so you're probably going to be blocked. But again, if you have that slow force ball or you have your cameo, you can approach from mid to full screen with those buttons and stay relatively safe. Another big thing about slide is that it's your armored move, so if you amplify it, you get a hit of armor. So it's really good to approach people who are using projectiles. So if they throw out a projectile, let me just set up Quan Chi right here to throw a projectile at us. We'll do bam, shoot the big skull at you with the mid. When it does that, you amplify through it and you get a punish. Pretty good. It's not the quickest move, but it gives you the armor and it's low, so it can be useful in certain situations. The only bad thing with Striker is just an overall Striker problem is that if you do it too early, or if you're just very, very minus on block with your move, you just get down 2 and your opponent actually wins that trade because you get more off a down 2 than you do off the Striker grenades. So that's one thing you want to look at when using Striker and not being too unsafe, because you can't keep everything 100% safe in an advantageous situation for you. Okay, so you have those moves, so and you said amplified back forward 2 actually keeps you safe on block unless they flawless block the extend one, so you could do something like that and then throw it in your cameo to keep yourself safe if you want to approach from mid to full screen. With that, it's not a bad idea, especially in the beginning of a game. Really catches your opponent off guard. Something else you can do with the run move is that it's very good to do at the end of a combo rather than doing your typical combo ender. So let's say you do this 4-2-1, you do 4, and now you're on the other side. And what's good about that is that you're about here. You're about, you know, you're at back 3 range, or a very good back 3 range. So what you do, you end your combo with like something like that, like 4-2-3, 4-2-1, 4-2-1 run, or 4-3-1. My bad. Sorry, that's confusing you. And you run, and then you can do like a backdash, or you can get in their face and make them deal with that strike throw. So let's say bam, bam, with the run. You can end most combos with this in some variation. So you do that, bam, and now you're here. Now you backdash, you do a forward back 3, or you get in their face, you do a 4-2-1, or you know you can grab. And now you're gonna get the combo. And this is where the strike throw really comes in handy, because now you've been pressing a lot of buttons, you're expecting buttons, and then you grab them, and then it starts creating a mind game whether or not you're going to grab them when you're in their face, because you can get in their face a lot with Reptile, with his various ways to get in, as we've discussed with the special moves. Good stuff. Okay. So another couple flaws, and we talk about Reptile not being safe. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. But with him being a little unsafe, he has his main strings are his back 3. There's back 3, 1, it's -7, and then if you complete the string, it's very minus, so you're probably not going to want to do that. So you're going to want to do like this, where you call in your cameo, or you're going to want to complete the string and add that, and potentially even call your cameo as well. That's what's one of his major downsides, is the fact that you have pretty much to spend a bar of meter and a bar of cameo to stay safe. You have, like I said, 4-2-1, which the full string is 4-2-1-1, and you also have 4-3-1-1, and then you have 1-1, or you have 1-1-4, which is the ender. So the problem with a lot of his strings is that they are flawless block punishable. So his 4-2-1-1 and his 4-3-1-1 are both punishable on flawless block. So let me show you right here real quick. Controlling player 2. 1-1. I got it. Okay, and I'll also do this one. So see, -17. You should be able to see that. -17 right there, boom. Yeah, so he can do whatever he wants, and you're already just going for a ride. And the unfortunate thing is that it's also the same for his 4-3-1. And yep, you are getting punished for that. Flawless block. So basically, with throwing out either of those moves, those complete strings, I will throw in my Striker. Because like not a lot of people are gonna have these. Like at higher level, people are gonna start having those. But like, you know, maybe in a combat league, or say lower in the combat league before you get to like demigod, you're probably not gonna see too many people flawless blocking that unless they're very good at the game. Because it's a very niche knowledge thing. But yep, both punishable and something you want to look out for and be mindful of, because you never want to be doing things that are unsafe mindlessly. or that can be unsafe. So you don't want to throw in your striker. Yeah, that is that. And so he has this 1/1, which is pretty good. That's actually 0 on block. The thing is, it's very stubby, so there's not a ton of situations you can get a 1/1. But let's say you do 1/1, it's minus on block. A lot of, because something that'll really open people up is you do this, and then you backdash back 3. This is really good. And then you backdash back 3, and then you can go get your full combos started. Because it's minus 0, so it's like they're not like, unless they call it out, like they forward dash and try to get your back dash, or they have a really long resting button, they'll actually either whiff. So they try to like poke you back. They'll poke, they whiff, and then bam, you're going, and you know, you can end your combo with, in this setup, you can end your combo with the dash to get great mind game. You can just cash out the damage, you get like 37%. So that's where Reptile excels, is in these like close-up situations where you're making your opponent block, like you're 1/1, you're making them take grabs and stuff like that, and you're making them really, really second guess what they're going to do when you're in their face. So yeah, there is how to essentially instill pressure. You can, you know, especially if they are starting to call out your 4/1, your 1/1. So like, oh, 1/1, and you're back dashing, and they're like, okay, they're dashing up and they're pressing buttons. You can just start ending the combo. So you do 1/1/4. And that's minus 7 on block, but you know, it does a decent amount of damage just by itself. And what's really cool with 1/1/4 is that if you have them in the corner, so you're creating that mind game, you're making them, you know, second guess, are they going to block, you know, 1/1, are you going to 1/1 backdash, or are you going to grab them? So you get the 1/1, they block the 1/1, but then you hit them with the 4. So you 1/1/4, you can actually continue the combo in the corner. And you get a nice little cash out, nice little 33% for an opening. If you get the last part, you're going to get roughly 30%. So that's really nice to have, because they're going to try to start calling you out, bam, bam, and you get the full combo. You can even get like an invis combo going, 1/1 force ball, something like that, or like 1/1/4, 1/1 force ball, 4 force ball. Yep, just like that. Pretty cool stuff for Reptile to do. So yeah. That is basically everything I could teach you guys about this character. Let me just go over some of the bnbs again, you know, quick little recap. So you're pretty much going to want to do your combos, so 4-2-1, 4-3-1, or back 3-1 into force ball. You do 4-2-3 into 4-2. See, that's what happens when you do the same distance force ball into two things. It just sends them forward. So you want to do 2 different ones. You don't spend any meter. You get 37% whether you open up a 4-2-1, 4-3-1, or back 3-1. You can also just do a 1-1. So if you get that opening, and then I'll typically stand forward, do the different distance force ball, and then you get 31%. It's just a little harder to get that 4-2-1 because it leaves you in a very awkward situation where it's like kind of difficult. Like you can get it, it's just a little harder, and I'm not gonna recommend you guys do something that's very difficult, especially if you're just learning this character. It's just, you know, as I said, it's kind of awkward. So I'll, even like tournaments and stuff like that, I'll just 1-1 force ball, stand for force ball, just the typical jump 2-3-3, or end it with 4-2, 4-3-2 to get the invis combo. So just this, send them up. And then that'll break armor in a lot of situations. Then you get another opening, and now you're invisible. And with back 2, corner, damage. Let me show you the back 2 optimal combo starter in the corner, because in the actually I think I already showed you guys that. But you know, you're visible 2-3, 2, bam, stand, bam. What the heck? There it is, just like that. Well, 40% for you, especially if you're invisible. That really opens up the door to get those combos outside of the corner. You don't really get too much. You can't really combo into force ball outside of the corner. You end it with that. So if you do a 4-2, 3-2 ender, you can also end with back forward 2 as well, or back forward 4, mind you. Yeah, I'm a back forward 2. So you do this, you do invisible, or you do this. So So yeah, guys, that is pretty much how you play Reptile. I wanted to keep this relatively short, so just give you guys the rough concept. If you guys want, like, I'll probably make a combo guide later on, showing you how to get combos, damage, and viz setups with various different cameos. I will do that, but I wanted to get essentially this guide on how to play neutral, how to approach the matchup, or how to approach Reptile in these matchups against these, you know, other characters and stuff, how to play him optimally, how to stay safe, and how to use your cameo the most effectively. So I hope I did that. Make sure to let me know if you guys like this. Did I go over enough? Do you have any questions? I play a lot of Reptile. I put a lot out into this game and this character. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Or if you feel like I didn't touch on anything, or if you have anything like, hey, Poseidon, why didn't you mention this? Reptile can do this. Make sure to leave that in the comments. I'll probably make a more revised version of this in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. It was a fun time making this, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And if you want more Reptile content, make sure to drop a sub. I would very much appreciate that. I'm going to be dropping videos basically every day when I can. You know, I unfortunately had a family emergency come up, but stuff like that happens. I will be dropping videos near daily on this channel going forward. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.